You know that bottle of healthy vegetable oil sitting in your kitchen cabinet? The one we've all been told is good for us? Well, what if it's not a friend? What if it's actually a foe? Today, we're getting into one of the most heated debates in nutrition, industrial seed oils. Let's do this.
Welcome to ValueVest Daily. This is the place where we dig into the hot topics that really matter for your health, your food, and your lifestyle. We take all the complicated stuff and turn it into simple, clear explainers you can actually use.
All right, just a quick heads up before we dive in. This is for your information only. It is absolutely not medical advice. You should always talk to a healthcare professional for your own personal guidance. Okay, let's go.
So let's just jump right in. For decades, right, we've been told to ditch the butter and grab the vegetable oil. But what if that whole idea was wrong? What if the very thing you're using to protect your heart is actually a silent saboteur, quietly causing chaos behind the scenes?
To really get what's going on, we have to start at the very beginning. And trust me, the way these oils are made is, well, it's anything but natural. It's a hardcore industrial process that looks nothing like just pressing olives for olive oil.
The process itself is honestly pretty shocking. First, they take these seeds and just crush them under massive industrial rollers. Then, they blast that mush with extreme heat. We're talking up to 250 degrees Celsius. That's way hotter than your oven can even get. Next, to get every last drop of oil out, it's washed in hexane, which is basically a cousin of gasoline. What you're left with is this dark, smelly gunk that has to be bleached and then deodorized with even more heat, just so you can pour it out of a bottle.
Think about it like this. You wouldn't take a beautiful, fresh apple, scorch it into a piece of charcoal, douse it in chemicals, and then call it healthy, right? Of course not. You'd destroy everything good about it. Well, that's pretty much what this industrial process does to the delicate fats inside these seeds. It makes them damaged and unstable before they even leave the factory.
And that brings us to the main character in this whole story, polyunsaturated fatty acids, or PUFAs for short. These are the main fats in seed oils. Now, their chemical structure has these things called double bonds, and you can think of them like weak links in a chain. These weak spots are super fragile and they react really badly with heat, light, and especially oxygen. They are basically primed to fall apart.
So what happens when these fragile, factory-damaged fats actually get inside your body? Well, that destructive process that started in the factory, it doesn't stop. It just continues. But this time, the fire is inside your own cells.
So after you eat them, these unstable PUFAs travel through your bloodstream to every single cell in your body. And they don't just pass by, they literally become a part of you. They get built right into the membrane of your cells, which is supposed to be this strong protective border. Instead, they make that border weak, flimsy, and incredibly vulnerable.
And this is the perfect way to picture it. Having these unstable fats in your cells is like building your house out of dry newspaper and then lighting candles everywhere. The spark is just oxygen, which is all over our bodies. And the result? Boom. An uncontrolled blaze right at the cellular level.
Now, this internal fire has a scientific name: oxidative stress. It's this destructive chain reaction where these unstable molecules called free radicals just ricochet around like tiny bullets, damaging everything they hit: your cells, your proteins, even your DNA. This is the very root of chronic inflammation in the body.
And look, this isn't just some abstract idea. We can actually see it in the data. Back in the 1950s, the amount of these unstable PUFAs in our body fat was about 8%. Today, it's more than 20%. We have literally changed the building blocks of our own bodies, making ourselves far more flammable, so to speak.
So, the big question is, what are the actual consequences of this constant low-level fire burning inside of us? What does this actually do to our long-term health?
Well, this cellular chaos isn't random. It leads directly down the path to some of the biggest diseases of our time. And right now, we're going to connect the dots between all this and one of the biggest health crises we face, diabetes.
First, just think about this for a second. Since these industrial seed oils hit the market, our consumption of them has gone up by over 300%. Just let that number sink in. Keep it in the back of your mind.
This car analogy breaks it down perfectly. First, all that oxidative stress damages your insulin receptors. It's like your key, which is insulin, suddenly doesn't fit the lock anymore. Then, your mitochondria, the tiny engines in your cells, get so stressed they can't burn fuel properly. The engine starts guzzling gas but produces almost no power.
This leads to fat getting clogged up in places like your liver and muscles, kind of like gunk in the fuel lines. And finally, your pancreas works harder and harder to pump out more insulin until it just completely burns out. The engine seizes. And that right there is the road to type 2 diabetes.
And when you lay it out on a timeline like this, the connection is it's hard to ignore. Seed oils show up, then they get marketed as heart-healthy. Our consumption skyrockets, and right along that same curve, diabetes rates have exploded. It's a pretty powerful picture, isn't it?
Okay, I know that was a lot of heavy science. You might be feeling a little down about it all, but here's the best part. The solution is actually incredibly simple. It's all about just taking back control of your own kitchen. It honestly all boils down to this simple swap. On the left, you've got the highly processed, unstable industrial oils you want to avoid. And on the right, you've got stable, traditional fats that humans have been eating for thousands of years. The fix is as simple as choosing from the right column instead of the left the next time you're at the store. That's it.
Making this one little change is one of the most powerful things you can do for your health. You are literally giving your cells the stable, high-quality materials they need to build a strong, resilient you. Your cells will absolutely thank you.
So, if this explainer opened your eyes, please help us get this information out there. Go ahead and subscribe, hit that like button, and share this with someone you know. Our whole mission here at Value Best Daily is to spread awareness on these life-changing topics that affect all of our health and happiness.
And hey, one more thing. We really want to know what you're thinking about. So please drop a comment below and let us know if there's a specific topic you want us to tackle in a future explainer.
And we'll leave you with this one last thought. After seeing all this, what's the first, easiest swap you're going to make in your kitchen? Let us know in the comments. Let's get this conversation started.